Hi, my name is Deb from DT Reads, and this is my furry gobbler Kylie, and we're here today to kick off Thanksgiving weekend with some Promptball and my December TBR. Kylie was not in the mood to wear the turkey hat, so Promptball will get to wear it for the time being. But couldn't pass up the opportunity for the fact that this will be going up shortly before Thanksgiving in the States to say Happy Thanksgiving to anyone celebrating and to let you know that I'm really, really thankful for all of you who have tuned into my videos, and I really appreciate your support. Yeah, but that aside, it's time to launch into my TBR. So in terms of December plans, I have quite a few. There are a couple of readathons I plan to participate in, though thankfully both are at this point relatively low key. I don't need to worry about too many specific prompts, I don't think. And I have a few video ideas in mind as well. For Bookstagram, over the last several years, I've created my own little advent calendar, and that will be coming back in my Bookstagram stories, I think. I'm going to keep it fairly low-key because I do have a lot of reading plans for December, and adding 25 reading prompts onto that might make things a little complicated, so I'm still trying to figure out what exactly that's going to look like, but you can check that out in my Instagram stories starting December 1st. But in terms of what I wanted to do with Promptball this month, I decided I would like to try to prioritize reading some of the Goodreads Choice Award nominations. And as of filming this, the second round has not come out yet. We're a few days still until we get those first results. So I will be trying to find books within the 20 from each category that I want to read that fit the prompts. We'll see if that works or not. Depends on what prompts come out of the Promptball, but that's going to be the priority. And otherwise, I'm kind of open to adding just some fun things from my shelves onto my TBR. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pick our initial 5. If you missed last month's Promptball, I did add a new rule that for any duplicate colors I get out of the first 5 pulls, that will mean adding an extra Promptball. And if I didn't finish my TBR for last month, that also would result in an extra one. But thankfully, I did indeed already finish my Promptball TBR for last month. So that one I don't have to worry about. So with the puppy still in my lap, let's see if I can turn around and start pulling some Promptballs. Yellow. And the prompt for this one is a Google Unread, so a book that I have in the Google audiobook library. I decided to go with the nonfiction category for this one, and I have a gifted copy of Disney High by Ashley Spencer from Macmillan Audio. This one has a subtitle saying, The Untold Story of the Rise and Fall of Disney Channel's Tween Empire. I think this sounds like it'll be an entertaining read and a good nonfiction to kind of break up some of my heavier reads, heavier listens for the month. Number 2. Yellow again, so that's an extra one. And this one's from the 52 Book Club, and this should be a pretty easy one because it's any book with a sticker on the cover. So purchase with a sticker on the cover or a pre-printed sticker on the cover. Any of those would work for this. And for this one, I'm going with a gifted book from St. Martin's Press, A Song to Drown Rivers In by Anne Ling. This is on the fantasy list, and it does indeed have a Good Morning America sticker on the front cover. This one says it's inspired by the legend of Zishi, maybe? One of the 4 famous beauties of ancient China. It's an epic novel steeped in myth about womanhood, war, sacrifice, and love against all odds as the fate of 2 kingdoms hangs in a delicate balance. And this is the St. Martin's Press edition, and it's just really pretty and one that I am eager to pick up. Yellow again. That's another extra one. Promptballs bringing challenges. Okay, we've got a title beginning with a randomized letter. My spinner wheel gave me a J, and for this I felt like there was an obvious choice. I'm a little bit nervous about it because it is in the historical fiction category, which has not been my big win for the year. But I've been seeing a lot of buzz for James by Percival Everett, and this is one that immediately came to mind when J came up on the spinner wheel. It's getting lots of awards. The National National Book Award. It was shortlisted for Booker, and that has had it on my radar. I've seen a lot of people really like it on Bookstagram in particular, and I've seen it mentioned certainly around BookTube as well. All I really know about this one is it is a Huckleberry Finn retelling, but from Jim's perspective. So I'm very intrigued to check this one out. It's not very long. I do have a gifted audiobook copy from PRH Audio, so thank you to them for that. And number 4, red. So at least we didn't get another yellow. And for this one, I've got a Books with an X connection. This is from Around the Year in 52 Books. This had me thinking very clearly of one particular book from the sci-fi list, and that is Baby X by Kira Peikoff. And this one is a book that I picked up from Aardvark. This is a thriller set in a not too distant future, it sounds like, where DNA can be used to create clone children, and celebrity DNA goes to the highest bidder, and it sounds like a really interesting time and one I am excited to read. Last of our initial yellow. That's 4 yellows. What are the chances? I don't even want to think about that. That's okay. It's fine. And this one is a prompt from one of my good friends, Mary at A Hat for Every Read on Instagram. And this one is a book with a last name in the title. And for this one, I'm going with a book I don't currently own, but one I've been interested to pick up. And that is The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern. This is by Linda Cohen Loigman. And this is one that I have heard great things from good friends, and they have recommended this specifically to me as something I would like. So I do want to pick up a copy, and it's perfect for this prompt. This one, we are following Augusta, who is about to turn 80. She's retired. She's a little bit at loose ends, and in her retirement community, she runs across the boy who broke her heart years and years ago. So sounds like a bit of a love story. It is in the historical fiction category, which could make me a little nervous since historical hasn't 100% been working for me, but I think this is one of those dual timeline, most likely following in the present and the past, and those tend to work a little bit better for me, and I trust my friends, so we will check this one out. Okay, so if you are counting along with me, I need to pull 3 extra because I got 1 yellow plus 3 duplicate yellows. Okay, duplicate number 1. Well, duplicate in a different sense. This one is for a book beginning with a randomized letter again. My spinner wheel gave me an F, and for that I'm going to go with Feybound by Sarah L. Arafi, and this is one I've been really wanting to get to, and this is a nominee for the Romantasy category, and of course it is a beautiful Fairy Loot edition, and one that I've been trying to get to for quite a while. It came in the December 2023 box, so nearly a year, so maybe I can finish it before I've actually had it on my shelf for a year. As I understand it, we're following a warrior, and something happens. She winds up getting banished, and she and her sister go into the wild beyond the borders. And that's really all I know going into this one, but it's one I'm excited to get after enjoying this writer's writing before. And this one is from Around the Year in 52 Books, and it is a book containing 6 or more words in the title. For this one, I went to the horror list and picked a short story collection. So I'm planning to read A Sunny Place for Shady People by Mariana Enrique, and this is one where I just tried one of her full-length, very large novels, and it didn't entirely work for me, but I want to read more and see if maybe her shorter format will work better for me. So this is a story collection, horror stories. That's all I know going into it, but it's on the TBR. Our last one. From the 52 Book Club, a book with at least 4 POVs. And for this one, I'm going to be going with Here One Moment by Leanne Moriarty. And this one, we are following plane flight, or people from a plane flight. There is someone known as the Death Lady. She is kind of a mysterious character who tells everyone when they're going to die. And then it's kind of just something they talk about at cocktail parties until the death predictions start coming true. And as I'm kind of flipping through here, and as I understand the synopsis, because we are dealing with the deaths of multiple different people in the predictions for the multiple people's lives, this will have more than 4 POVs, I am assuming. So I'm excited to get to this one. This was a gifted copy I received from Crown Publishing. Okay, this is my official Promptball TBR for the month, which is doable, a little more than I had planned on allocating to my Promptball TBR in terms of page count, but that's okay. We can do it. And of course, there's more. So as I mentioned, there are 2 readathons that I do plan to participate in December so far. And the first one is from Kelsi at Slime and Slashers, and this is the Holiday Hell readathon. The really fun part that I really appreciate about this one is you can read anything, you can do anything. It's really customizable to what you want. Basically, once you've read a book, you check what prompts it works for on the naughty or the nice board, and whichever one it counts for, you log it. And at the end of the month, you can see, was your reading overall naughty? Was your reading overall nice? And that'll be a fun way to kind of see how the month goes. But I do have a couple of books in mind, particularly with holiday themes in mind, both on the naughty and the nice side. So on the naughty side probably would be Krampus by Brom. This is my first Brom book, and I've been really wanting to read Brom, and I'm excited to have a creepy holiday good time. And then probably more on the nice side, I'm also planning to pick up The Mistletoe Mystery, which is a maid novella by Nita Prose. This came in a really nice package from Valentine Books. It came with a hot chocolate on a stick, and I'm excited to just sit and do some holiday reading once I have all my decorating done and have some hot chocolate and read a really quick little holiday novella. The other readathon I will definitely be participating in doesn't, as of the time of recording this, have public information out just yet, but there will be a installment of Lightfall from G at Book Roast, which is the kind of more cozy, low-key readathon that goes along with her magical readathon and the World of Aurelium, and it's a really good cozy time, and I look forward to participating in that again this year. On top of readathons, I of course have some buddy reads going on. My first priority for the month, and a book I've already actually started, will be Knife of Dreams by Robert Jordan. This is the 11th book in the Wheel of Time series, and of course I am participating in the Wheel of Time Along, which is hosted by Sandra at Got a Thing for Things. She very kindly has invited me to be part of the hosts toward the later end of the series, and I'm excited to be able to talk about this one. The slog is over, and the action has certainly picked up in this book. I'm already feeling more invested in it, even though I've just started. The live show for this should be the second Sunday in December, which I believe is the 8th, if I'm remembering correctly, and I think it's on Sandra's channel. I will have that, of course, linked down below. Mel at Melanor Reads and her Patreon has been doing a series along for the Bone season, and next up is The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon, of course. I have been loving rereading these and being back in this world and picking up the new editions as I go along the way, so I am eager to get this one in, hopefully in December, and we are trying to gear up for the new book coming out in early 2025. And then Monica at A Little Bit of Monica has been doing a Stephen King along where we're reading one book typically a month. I say typically because there's actually 2 for December that I'm trying to get in with the group, and that is because we are planning to be reading The Shining and the sequel Dr. Sleep. Both of these are rereads for me, so I'm not too worried about getting them in. They'll be easy audiobook listens, assuming I can get the audio easily from my library, and they're definitely wintry reads when it comes to King, and I'm excited to revisit. Editing me popping back in because I left off an extremely important book from my TBR. The November and December book for the Catch-Up Book Club, which is hosted by Becca at Becca and the Books for FaithFallAlong, is Malice by John Gwynne. And in my defense, I probably will read the majority of this in January. It will definitely be on my January TBR, but it is the official November and December pick for the book club. It's just that the live show's happening in January, so that I want to read it very close because Becca has very kindly invited me to be one of the co-hosts for this, so I will be on the live shows talking about these books as we read them. This is a reread for me, and I absolutely loved it the first time I read the first book in the series. This series is set in the Banished Lands. We're beginning following a young boy named Corbin who longs to learn to battle, to fight, to play fight, to be trained, and this is something that he really wants, but then when true kind of battle hits the lands and things that he loved become threatened, it becomes much more complicated. This is a land where humans and giants have battled before. There's been an uneasy truce, but things are beginning to be shook up again. So I am looking forward to getting into this and reading it with the group and discussing it. So definitely suggest putting this on your TBR as well so you can be prepared for the live show to happen in January. I do have a couple of arcs that I want to get to before the end of the year, hopefully. One of which I'm very excited for is Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. This one comes out on January 14th, and I received a gifted copy from Flatiron Books. As I understand it, we're following an author. He's on the phone with his wife when she's driving. He hears her stop, he hears her get out of the car, and then he hears nothing. The car is found with the door open, and his wife is nowhere to be found. And a year later, he is still looking. And then I have Idle Grounds by Christelle Bamford, and this one doesn't come out till February, but I think it's going to work well with some of my reading plans for December, so I may pick it up this month as well. And this one is set in the 80s. A group of children are playing near the forest. One of them goes missing, and the rest go into the forest to find them. It's a quick little novella, and I think it sounds like it'll be a good, cozy, thrilling horror type of read to throw into my holiday plans. So, as I said, I have a lot of plans, and this isn't even all of it. Plus, I've got my advent calendar that I always do on Instagram with prompts for each day. They will probably overlap with some of the reading I have planned for here. They will probably include maybe some cozy prompts that aren't necessarily reading, because I'm not sure I can take on 24 days of book prompts in addition to all of this. We shall see. That is still to be determined for December 1st. But that is all that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? What were some of your picks for the Goodreads Choice Award winners, your votes? And let me know, what are you excited to be reading in December? Do you have any holiday reading plans? Do you have any cozy winter reading plans? Let me know all the things below. And if you've made it this far and you don't have anything to comment, give me an emoji that makes you think of the holidays or winter or snow or anything that feels very December-y to you. As I said at the very beginning of this video, I am so thankful to all of you who tune into my videos, who like them, who comment. All of that means so much to me, and going into Thanksgiving weekend, I feel that even more than normal. So thank you again for being here. If you could hit that like button below, I would surely appreciate it, and subscribe if you're interested in more of my prompt ball, more of my TBRs, more of my bookish thoughts in general. And for now, I will go ahead and leave you here and see you real soon in a new video.